morning, dear students. I am Dr. A.K. Patil, Department of Bank Management, HM College, Karad. Friends, today we will introduce Business Economics, Unit First, with some contents. You know, the economics is known as Queen of Social Sciences. Professor Samuelson, a Nobel laureate in economics, described it is the conversation of age. We have the knowledge about the practical economics or the market economics. You know, the business economics, it is also important and necessary to explain the main elements of the methodology in economics. Economics is basically a science of choice. You know, everywhere we are having some preferences. If we went to the market and purchasing the clothes, then we have different types of the clothes. That is choice. Again, among the different needs, there is also choice. For example, instead of the purchasing clothes, we can purchase the shoes. We can purchase the bag. So these are the choices for the scare means. You know, the demand and supply and their underlying forces constitute the main pillars of economics. You know, the economy in generally, the common people is always thinking about the economics is a economics of demand and supply, economics of prices. All these things in general people have getting if economics is there. It is the application of various tools of demand and supply analysis which constitutes the basic framework of understanding of economics. You know, the concept of market equilibrium is central to the working of the market economy. Especially in the globalized era or in privatization, there are the market forces. The price of the any commodities demanded by forces of demand and supply. How much demand for that particular goods is considered one side. To the other side, the supply of that particular goods is considered. With the equilibrium of demand and supply of any goods is determining the prices. Some fluctuations in the prices may be because of the changes in the demand or supply. So with this introduction, we will turn toward the definition of economics. Many economists have given the definition. And you know, the economics is a social science. It deals with economic behavior of the individual, family, businesses, and the government at various levels of function. You know, the economics of the family, economics of the individual person, economics of the any company, means the economic behavior of the that particular company, the economic behavior of that particular component of that particular company. The term economics is traced to two Greek words, okio, O-I-K-O-U. Remember, O-I-K-O-U, okio, and nomos. With these two words, economics word is derived, which together mean value or law of the household. Law of the household means the way to make the most efficient use of limited resources to fulfill the needs of the household. In the other words, economics is basically a science of managing material requirements in a framework of scarcity of resources. You know, the resources have limited, but ends of the human being are unlimited. Ends means demands. Even that unlimited or more, they are increasing day by day. So the definition of economics are classified into 4 groups. First group is considered with the Adam Smith. You know, the Adam Smith is the father of economics, who separated economics from the political economy. In 1776, he written a book, An Inquiry into the Nature and Causes of Wealth of Nations. And in this book, he defined economics means the science of wealth. Economics is a science which deals with the wealth. It simply means that previously people were given more preference to the wealth instead of other things, well-beings and welfare or the material development. All these things were not considered in previously. The Adam Smith given the trace on the wealth economics is science of wealth. Actually, this definition is written by the follower of the Adam Smith, French economist J.B. Say. Taking into consideration the critiques of economics as a science of wealth, later on some economists have developed the revised version, we can call is the revised version or the revised definition of economics. Especially Dr. Marshall, Alfred Marshall from Cambridge University. He defined economics as a study of mankind in the ordinary business of life. It examined that part of individual and social action which is most closely connected with the attainment and with the use of material requisites of well-being. You know, the one side of wealth, and on the other side, more important part of the study of the man. Marshall clearly admits that economics is the science of wealth, but also maintain that it is the study of human behavior in the attainment of goods and services for satisfying individual as well as social world. It simply means that we have to study the behavior of the individuals with concern the wealth. The popular definition of the economics is defined by Lionel Robbins. He defined economics is the science which studies human behavior as a relationship between ends and square means which have alternate uses. You know the definition, if we repeat it, then we will get the 3 points. First is, it gives, definition gives, economics is the status of science. Second, human wants are unlimited and go on continuously increasing. Means ends, unlimited ends. The word unlimited ends indicate the human wants are unlimited and go on continuously increase. This definition bring out a very important constraint. limitation on human behavior. That is scarcity of means. Simply, the means we are using for the fulfill the demand, these are limited. Even though these are limited, again, that is also alternative uses. Take for example, if we consider the money as a means which will be fulfill the needs by purchasing power, we can use that particular limited money with different uses. So this is the use of money as a scarcity. Again, the last segment of the definition indicate that the uses having alternative, the means having alternative uses. A choice in economics is always necessary because scarce means can be used alternative purposes. As said earlier, the money is a scarce means. Here we can take the example of the farmer who having the only 5 acres of land will have to decide what to cultivate, how much land to be used for that particular cultivation. Suppose he used land for sugarcane cultivation, 5 acres land is used for the sugarcane cultivation. He will be get the more money. But he has used that particular land in the grapes cultivation, then again he will be get more money than sugarcane cultivation. So how to use these scarce resources, that is a question in front of the individual. So as far as the definitions are concerned, the economics is science which studies the human behavior as a relationship between ends and care means which have alternative uses. This definition is propounded by Lionel Robinson, which is very important in the economic science. Friend, let us go toward the nature of economics. As far as the previous definitions are concerned, various aspects we have seen in that particular definitions, and we can come to a conclusion regarding nature of economics. It is clear from the definition that economics is a positive science. According to Robbins, it is the study of economic decision of individual and groups, but it is not concerned with the ethics of such decisions. Whether an individual spend his earning on proper upbringings and education of his children, or spend same amount on gambling or racing, or the smuggling, any illegal activities that is not mentioned in the economics. In the private economy, the producer will be produce the production as per the market requirement, even though that is non-ethical. So for example, the cigarettes, liquors are injurious to the health, but production is available in the market because in the private economy, the production is produced on the basis of the profit. There is no ethical value with certain goods. So this matter is considered in the economics. At a later stage, it become clear the economics can't remain as a positive science only, both of the individual and society. Previously or later, both the individuals and society will have to decide whether particular lines of action will lead to greater welfare or not. And therefore, Dr. Marshall from the Cambridge University have defined it. Economics is study of the well-beings. Instead of the collecting wealth, we have to spend that particular wealth into proper manner for increasing well-being of the society, welfare of the society. Essentially, the nature of economics consists of decision making or choice making in a situation of unlimited and increasing wants. You know, the demands of the human being has been increasing tremendously with the increasing the technology, with improvement in the technology, global connectivity. People are using n number of the goods in the daily life. Therefore, as far as the nature of economics is concerned, it is wider. It consists of many aspects of the human beings, individuals. Today we have discussed the definition of economics, especially we have focused on the Adam Smith's definition, Dr. Alfred Marshall's definition, Lionel Robinson's definition, which are very significant in economic science. Later on, we have discussed the nature of economics. Friends, before going to discuss the business economics, it is essential to understand what is economics. So today we have discussed these things. Thank you. Thank you very much.